So you want a four-wheel drive, but you don't want to remortgage your house to get one. You want a four-wheel drive as a tourer, to go away with mates, to have a good time. You've watched the YouTube videos. They say buy a Patrol, buy a Land Cruiser. Great cars, but can be a bit expensive. I think people have this idea they need some super capable car, spew and soot out the back to have a good time. And that's just false. Having a four-wheel drive isn't just about hitting the hardest tracks you can find or driving through the Coles car park on 35s with a 4-inch lift. It's about getting away with your mates. It's about finding new places to explore. And I can tell you for a fact that you don't need a dime over $2,000 to experience that. This car is to me. And today we're going to go through my 2 years of owning this 1994 Mitsubishi Pajero. We're going to talk about the cost, the mods, what I've learned, more importantly the good times I've had in it, and why I think this car should never be overlooked. It was 2019. I wanted a four-wheel drive. I wanted something cheap, like a weekender, so I ended up buying this 3-litre petrol Pajero from an old lady out in rural Victoria. She cried as I drove it out the driveway. Cars have this connection to people. Like, you spend so much time with them, you rely on them, you make so much memories with them. Immediately I knew this car was going to be different. It's going to be a car I could form into something that I wanted to be. Myself, James and Liam went to Langy for its first little shakedown, and I just loved it. It just putted along beautifully. It then became time to mod. Budget roof rack, lights, bed in the back, and then it was time to travel. This is a 1994 Mitsubishi Pajero NJ model GXL. It's done 290,000 Ks, 3-litre petrol variant. It's got a 91-litre tank, averages 15 litres per 100 Ks, and it's a 7-seater. Well, it was a 7-seater. This one's modified, if you haven't noticed already throughout the videos. Behold my curation. Essentially, ripped all the back seats out, including the back seats, and threw a piece of ply in there, mounted that piece of ply from where the old seats used to be screwed in, essentially made it into a bed. Now look, it's a little on the short side. I kind of have to be diagonal to fully fit in it, but it does the job. It's the easiest thing in the world, and I made the underneath into sort of a bit of a storage compartment. And now, look, it's nothing special. I made this out of 4x4 Super Center boxes, but it works. It became time for luxuries. Dual battery, fridge, drawers, not cardboard drawers. I could not stress enough how amazing it is to have a fridge in your car. Easily the best thing I ever did. At this point in time, I was pretty happy where the car was at, and with a new set of rubber on it, it could pretty much go 99% of the places I wanted it to go. So at this point in time, I sort of wondered how much had this car cost me. So the car was $2,000. I spent probably $600 on accessories. The fridge and the drawers were a gift. And in the 2 years of ownership, the only mechanical issues I had was a master and slave cylinder and an electronic fuel pump in the entire 2 years of ownership. Well, I'm not gonna say inevitable, but I broke down. Still so annoying because I legit had everything ready, everything was bought. All I needed to do was go. And now I have to find out how to fix the car, and I'm assuming it's a fuel pump issue. Try and work out how to get this thing back home when we need to tow it. Oh, it's just a nightmare. We'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. So let's call it $3,000 for everything. So for 2 years of adventures, I really can't go wrong for that price. Hell yes. If you're on the fence about spending big money on a four-wheel drive, go budget. They're just as fun as a car, 4 to 5 times the price, but ensure you get one that suits your needs. Like, if you plan on climbing up cliffs, don't buy this car. Go buy a petrol Patrol or a Land Cruiser. But if you're just looking to get away with your mates, go to some awesome places, and still do some decent tracks, do not overlook budget four-wheel drives. Because remember, you can always upgrade.
And just before you go, thank you to everyone who's buying stickers. Like, support honestly means the world to us. It really does. So AussieArvos.com.au, $5, free shipping Australia-wide if you want to help support us. We love seeing them on your rigs and helps us to make bigger and better videos. So have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you in the next episode. Cheers, guys.